Y'all, AI is no joke. I've been using it recently in continuing to build out my business, and y'all, the power of just ChatGPT alone has radically changed the game. Now, if you're on this video, you probably have heard murmurings of the prevalence or how the proximity rather of how close we are to generalized intelligence with AI, which I know in the span, y'all, so many experts will say it's far away, but in the span of our lifetimes, it's absolutely inevitable. And like many of you, I'm sure your girl was scared of it at first, right? Like the fear of being irrelevant, the fear of having worked so hard to build up a skill set that's gonna vanish like that in terms of the necessity for it, had me so scared that I was just repressing the thought, the existence, the acknowledgement of AI, full stop. Well, when ChatGPT came out, it became abundantly clear that not only is it not possible, it is dangerous to repress the presence of AI or the understanding that it's inevitable. And so with that, I have become so fervent about making sure you have the tools to use AI in your business, right? Because this is going to be a transformation or a revolution that is just as big, if not bigger, than when the internet came out. I want you to take that in for a second. This is going to be as big, if not bigger, than when the internet came out and took us from the industrial revolution to the technological revolution. That's how massive the scale is that we're talking about. And we cannot let fear keep us back, right? I'm so protective of our communities, y'all. I'm so protective of you watching this video that we can't be avoidant. I cannot let us be avoidant. So I'm actually shifting a part of my channel to make sure that I'm consistently giving you the tools to make sure that your work and your effort does not become irrelevant in this next revolution. So if you're into this kind of support, or you know you need it even if you're scared, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're going to do this together. Now, what's up, you guys? You already know the deal. My name is Chloe, for those of you who don't, and I have delivered a viral TED Talk and also led over $2 billion in investment for communities. I pivoted my career in 2022 because I knew that even though I was making like a good impact, it was just a drop in the bucket compared to the large challenges we face, like poverty, inequality, violence, climate change, the list goes on. Add in the upcoming economic topsy-turvy revolution that AI brings in, and we need a new framework of being. This doesn't even get into the mental health crisis that's already unaddressed, and you guys, so many of us are at our max. Our whole generation, millennials and Gen Z, have been at our max for a while, so we need a new way of moving to have it all without burnout. And that's exactly what I'm here for. And you guys, your girl has written a book on this exact topic. I wrote a book that not only has chronicled my journey from 0 to 2 billion, but also my journey with like healing anxiety and depression, my work in leading impact in communities without harming them first. And I distilled all of those lessons into 10 principles for you to have it all without burnout. As a bonus, I have made the book absolutely free. So while copies last, make sure you grab yours. The link is in the description box below. Now with that, let's talk about artificial intelligence, or AI. So you guys know that I believe in making sure we are using the same terms. So in my research, I came across a lecture by Professor Li Jiang over at Stanford. He directs the Air Center at Stanford, and I thought his explanation was so remarkable that I'm actually going to insert a clip of it basically in 30 seconds that goes over what is AI and what is the potential impact of it on our economy. So watch this clip. It's about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And then after that, we gotta talk, because there are pros and cons to this that I need you to be aware of. And then there are ways that we've got to move different with this information. So check out this clip and we'll be right back.
If a job can be done by a human and it costs $1,000, because you can't really calculate faster than the machines, then you let the robot do it, it will just cost roughly around $200. AI will make a lot of jobs disappear in the future. how much more information kids get nowadays. It's just completely different now. We still use the same way to teach them. And then the more I think about it, the more I feel like we need to push to change that. I'm Li Zhang. I'm the director of the Stanford AIR program. You know, the era of AI is in the near future, and I would say it's actually now. It started already. I'm passionate trying to figure out what is the right way of teaching the next generation in the era of AI and robotics. We have a lot of people are afraid of AI, so they try to avoid this. They're like, oh, I want to stay away from that. But the thing is that that's probably one of the most powerful tools that we have ever invented. If you don't use these tools, then you cannot really compete with anyone like other people. I think there's a few things we need to change. One is that we need to start to teach AI thinking as early as possible. AI thinking will allow them to know the difference between human and AI. And then the human part is really the innovation part from 0 to 1. That's where AI cannot do a good job. We need to focus on that. There's 3 important things about AI thinking. With the first thing, you need to have general understanding of how AI works. In the past, AI is basically mostly based on the rules or the specific algorithms that we write in the computer. The humans set the rules. And then now we developed a different algorithms like deep learning, reinforcement learning based on data, because we have much more powerful computers that can handle way more data. And then they will develop and try to find the most optimized solution based on the current data. And then the more data you have, the better solution you usually will get. If you do the first one, the second one is that you will gain the ability to differentiate the human ability versus the machine's ability, or AI's ability. I think probably most of the audience don't know there's a scientific research area called structural biology. Scientists in this field study the structure of a protein. Proteins are so important for all the living creatures. The whole world have like 100 to 200 million proteins. This research area, like scientists, a lot of them are focusing on determining the structure of these proteins. We humans only find just a very little number of these proteins, like the structures of it, less than 1%. However, this AI is called AlphaFold. That's from DeepMind. In the past 2 years, AlphaFold predict like the structure of almost all the proteins in the world, and they put it in the open database online. So a job, once the machines can do it, then let the machines do it. And then we focus on the human part. After you get the first 2, the third one is you will have the ability to work with AI, use AI to help you to accomplish other jobs. There is critical part is from 0 to 1, which basically that we invent something that doesn't exist before. And we probably can do 0 to 1 better with AI providing a lot of information and things like that. So we should prepare our kids to learn how to innovate, to generate new ideas, to use AI to help us, that kind of stuff.
Okay. What did you think? Oh my God, right? Like, put it in the comments right now, because y'all, the way your girl was like, I had to watch that several times before your girl was back to myself. But y'all, the potential of this, and it's inevitable. So it's potential right now, but it's absolutely coming, cannot be overstated. And any of the AI videos that you watch about like thought leaders in the field, they're gonna give you like similar parameters around the conversation of what should we be excited about, what should we be cautious of, and what should we be absolutely sounding the alarm bells on. Now, this video is not going to be an alarmist take. There will be plenty of time and space for that. I just want to get you excited about AI first, but there are some serious cons. So make sure you subscribe, because I'm going to talk about the cons in depth throughout my channel. So we're going to have time and space to get into it. Right now, I'm giving you the high level. So let's just start with the cons, because I know all of y'all low-key love doom. So let's just talk about the hard stuff first, and then we'll get into the pros, because the pros are also going to convince you gotta face it. So the biggest cons that I can see is that the ways that it can and likely will exponentially increase are already massive wealth gap is staggering. It's frightening to me. I mean, think about how our rates of poverty globally have started to rise again, right? Just look at the data from the World Bank or the IMF, or any of our leading global institutions, and you see that like poverty is already rising globally, which is not the trend we want. We want it to decrease. And with the rise of AI in the workplace, work that used to cost people a whole lot, or intelligence as you call it, is going to become so much cheaper and faster with AI that so many people's livelihoods are going to be displaced. It's honestly, and it's such a massive revolution that you'll even hear the leading experts say they don't have a great economic prediction for what that looks like, or for just how massive the impact is going to be. So without serious intervention and mitigation, the presence of like general intelligence through AI is going to make huge swaths of the population's work and effort irrelevant, because it can be done for cheaper and faster and with an incredible level of quality with AI. So that's number one. Number two, another con, which is equally as alarming, is that general intelligence with AI is a precursor to like super intelligence. And the difference is general intelligence basically is a means of processing information that AI is given. Super intelligence is the ability to create new information, come to its own conclusions, like source things in ways that make it like its own, like a living thing, right? And once we get to super intelligence with AI, and y'all, I know this sounds somewhat science fiction, dystopic, whatever, but if you're like even like about not believing this, go watch the full interview with Dr. Zhang, and you'll see it, right? Like you'll see even the advancement of robotics. It's a lot. So before I get off track, if and when super intelligence becomes a thing, if its interests ever diverge from ours, that's where things could get dicey. And even if super intelligent AI doesn't hate us, it's so enormous that it would almost treat us or see us like ants. And I saw this in a TED Talk, so I cannot take credit for this analogy, but it would be almost like dispassionate towards us like ants, right? Where the same way that we don't necessarily go out seeking to kill ants, if we step on them, we step on them, right? So the ability for AI, when it becomes super intelligent, to do so could be catastrophic, especially if we don't have the right infrastructure, the right supports, the right connection to it, etc., to make sure that its interests don't diverge from ours. And then if they do, God forbid, have the safeguards in place to not let that be exterminating to us, right? And y'all, I know that is such a big jump from just the chatbot or the language learning model of ChatGPT, but I need you to be plugged into the conversations happening, because these aren't like theories anymore. These aren't like, or I should say, these aren't fantasies anymore. These are like very real, in our face, like pending things that we need to like have conversation around. So those are two of the big cons I see. And again, I'm going to be diving into this much more throughout my channel, so stay tuned, because we're going to have a conversation about it. The pros, however, it's similar to using, like, being ahead of the game of a revolution, right? So the people who were early adopters of the internet had a serious advantage over the people who weren't. I mean, look at Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, right? Like, and I understand that doesn't necessarily count as like an early adopter of the internet, but an early adopter of internet business, yeah. Meta, used to be Facebook, right, is a prime example of this. Amazon, a prime example of this. Google, oh my goodness, right? So the people who learn not only how to use the internet, but how to use it for business purposes had a huge advantage, and they still dominate, right? And so this brings me to you watching. the more of us, especially from our communities that use AI in our businesses, it's absolutely going to future-proof your business, one, but two, it's going to give you an exponential advantage in the market because it's so new, right? And I'm telling y'all this, and I'm still figuring it out, right? Like, I'm telling you all this as I am personally building my own AI for my business. And the business folks who I've talked to are like, oh, you shouldn't tell people so early. You don't want to like put people on before you're on. And y'all know that's not me. Y'all know I'm going to tell you ASAP, because if I wait all this time just so that mine's good and y'all don't eat, y'all know that's not the come up I believe in. Y'all know that's never been me. I believe in making sure that we all eat together. So I want you to start taking AI seriously. I want us to do this together. And you're going to be watching me build out my own AI company or AI powered company. And you're going to watch me go from zero to another $2 billion in impact. But this time I'm going to own it. I am going to own it. And I want you to do the same. I want you to be walking on this journey with me, and I want to see you building your AI company. I want to see you building out a venture that is going to help our people not get left behind in this new revolution, right? So I'm telling you early, and I'm going to tell you often because I need you. I need you to hear me on this. We have got to use it well. So, of course, I'm not going to give you a video like this without telling you a few actionable tips for you to start doing. So one, I want you to go to OpenAI's website and go to ChatGPT and just start playing with the chatbot. Just look at it and see what its capability is. Because yes, long term, we have some ethical things we really need to address. In the short term, this thing is a powerhouse. The ability to build a business, y'all, if you think social media made it so much easier for you to build a business, AI, child, is going to make it exponentially easier for you to build a business, right? And to do it with the best knowledge at your fingertips. Like y'all talk about, wanting to build wealth and all of these things. Right now is your time to jump in. So I need you to get healthy. I need you to focus on building wealth. I need you to focus on making sure that your community is good, because all the things we talk about on my channel are only going to be made better with us proactively using the tools that AI has to offer. So I'm going to pause here with this. Oh, maybe I won't. Hold on. Let me check my notes real quick because there might be more that I want to tell y'all. Okay, yeah. Editor, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep going. Okay. So, long story short, let me not get too off topic. Check out ChatGPT. Look at how much easier it empowers you to get the information needed to build your business. And then I also want you to do two things. I need you to stay plugged in to good information sources. I personally think this channel is a good one. I also think there are others out there that are going to be very educational and informative for you. And then the next thing I need you to do, please don't avoid it. Don't let the fear have you look the other way, because it's not just coming, y'all. It's here. It is here. And all the big players in the game are scrambling right now to figure out how they're going to be using AI in their business. I need you to kind of do the same. I'm not telling you to scramble and be in hustle culture. What I am telling you to do is seize this opportunity, not only to not get left behind, but to have the exponential benefit of time being on your side, of figuring it out at the very beginning when everybody else is figuring it out, so that you're in a strong position when the general public realizes they were avoidant or that they waited too long to step into something this important and this impactful. So head to the comments. I'm going to see you guys there because we need to talk about this. Let me know what questions you have about AI, about using AI in your business, about what this new revolution means. anything like that. And you never know, not only am I going to chat with y'all, but you never know when your comment might become a topic for one of our upcoming YouTube videos. I make this content to show up for you. So please let me know what questions you have, because if I don't know it, I'm going to find the answers for you and then share the information. So with that, ciao my loves. I will see you in the comment section, and make sure you check out these videos if you're looking for some more inspo. Peace.